Welcome back, everyone. This is Skaduush again, and we're going to go into another kind of explanation versus kind of just a let's play in general. I told you guys I would do a tutorial or just explain the Bronze Age. So I've got a few items set up, and we're going to go ahead and talk about the progression of tools and weapons and whatnot in the game. So you're all familiar with, of course, the basic stones. You've got your hammer, axe, pick, knife or spear, sword, and pebble. And of course, then your other basic pieces and parts, of course, your handle, shaft, and vines. And this is the Stone Age, if you will, within TUG. Various combinations of these different stones, lashings, and wooden shafts and handles make various types of weapons, as we're all familiar with, your hammers, your axes, picks, and so forth and so on, which is what we have right here. You also have your hoe and your shovel and your spear. Now, granted, the spear and the knife are made out of the same knife rock, or what the hell is it called, spearhead, and so forth and so on. So these are your progressions of Stone Age tools. There are also some optional tools which some folks like to use, some folks don't, but hey, it depends on the biome that you're in. You can use your wooden branch with a cactus or some pebbles and a vine and make a couple of various clubs. You can also, if you find these cane shafts, these come from little young cane plants that are out and about in, I believe, a desert biome. But then you can add in a few vines and make yourself a spiked staff. So these are some optional melee weapons that you can use, but they do not progress as of yet into the Bronze Age. So let's go ahead and talk about that. The Bronze Age tools are most of your basic stone tools, not including the optional tools over there. You have your bronze hammer, axe, pick, knife, sword, hoe, spear, and shovel. So all the same general recipes, of course, substituting a bronze piece for the various other pieces, and hardwood and leather for the vine and staff, will make up the bronze tools. So as you can see here, your handle becomes a hardened handle. Your staff is now your shaft is now your hardened shaft. Your vines are now your leather lashings. So this requires you to have a campfire and to use these two pieces of wood to increase their hardness, and it also requires you to go out and hunt and find leather strips, which you find off of goats. As of right now, I do not believe they drop from cats, so it's only the goats. Right? So again, this is your basic tool setup and all the different tools. Now, how do you get from the Stone Age to the Bronze Age? Well, let's go ahead and talk about that. I have a few of these items set up already. Of course, your stone furnace is the key component to most of this. You also have a stone anvil, which is made with a flat rock and 4 pieces of hardened wood. And again, this hardened wood is made with a campfire and chopped wood, that you harden the chopped wood next to the campfire. Then you have the sand cast mold, which we'll talk about this in detail here in a moment, which is made, of course, with sand, and a few pieces of hardened wood, which is kind of neat because the sand fills it up and the hardened wood makes the sides. 4 of the hardened, 3 of the sand makes your sand cast mold. Right? Now, in order to make the stone furnace, you're going to need one of these little doohickeys here on the side, which is part of it now, and that is a leather bellows. So I've got the pieces and parts here set up on my table to create that bellows, and that's going to take 2 pieces of hardened wood, 2 pieces of hardened wood handle, and 2 pieces of leather strips. And if I were just to combine them here on my crafting table, you get the leather bellows, right? So this is a key component in this stone furnace. If I were to put this, let's just say over here, you see here's your leather bellows, which is exactly what is right there. Next, you would want to get together with some coal, some stone, and some more hardened wood, which I believe I have right here, and put them all together. You'll want 1 piece of coal. You'll want 4 pieces of the hardened wood and 6 cobblestone. All together, craft it up, makes you a stone furnace, like we have over there. So this is your stone furnace. Of course, it already starts lit, which is kind of nice, that it uses the coal to start it. So if you were lucky enough to have it built right where you wanted it, you could just start, going to town on building your next set of tools. Now, the stone furnace is a little cumbersome to place because it is so large. So if you're familiar with the Z key, the Z key, on my keyboard, I don't know for other countries, but if you use that key as the display for drop or to manipulate, and you can kind of hold down the control key and manipulate your mouse to kind of shift the direction and whatnot. It's not very intuitive, but you kind of get the feel for it. And then find a spot where you want it, and then of course just drop it down, or place it if you'd like. And then you'd have your stone furnace, right? Neat. So again, the exact same thing here for the sand cast mold. So if we have our 3 pieces here and we craft them all together, which we can't do. Oh, I'm sorry. Put that out of the way. You have to actually. These are the ones you have to put on a crafting table. So if I put my 3 sand, my hardwood, and I'm still lying to you. I have to have a hammer, I think is what it is. So I have to have a minimum of crude hammer. Yeah, that's what it is. So you have to build this on a crafting table with a crude hammer in your hand. And you'll get your sandcast mold, which is, again, the same thing as we see right next to us here. See? So let's just drop that out of the way. The final piece, which I don't believe you have to have a hammer. Let me try it. No, I guess you have to have a hammer. Let me try it. Ah, hammer. And maybe it doesn't have to be on the crafting table, but the hammer in hand is required to build the stone anvil, which we have right here. All right, so those are our 3 basic pieces that start the process of going into the Stone Age, or out of the Stone Age and into the Bronze Age. All right, so you want to find the stone furnace in whatever central location you want it to be, and these other 2 pieces here, the furnace and the anvil, need to be near the furnace. I don't know how far of a distance. I keep them relatively close. I just kind of put them right one next to it here, and I just put it one next to it here, or not there, but there. Right, so relatively close. I mean, I'm probably sure I could do it over here if I wanted to, or a little further. You can test it as you so desire, but that's the general idea. Now, how do you make bronze? That's where we go next. We want copper ore, and we want tin ore. And if you've seen before, I told you all this ore and all that stone, the mountain of stone I have over there, I got from just hollowing out the area where you've seen my my bases right now. Here's how you do this. So you've got your stone furnace and your other accoutrements next to it. You don't require these to make the bronze, but to make a bronze tool, this stone cast mold is required. So this doesn't have to be down, and this doesn't have to be down. You can just make bronze, but you can't do anything with the bronze with just the stone furnace, right? So you want to place these in a relatively large quantity on the surface here. I like to put them off to one side, just for my OCD, because I just like that way, right? And then you want to have coal, not cobble, coal in your hand, and right-click the stone furnace. It will light it up, and then you can craft. And as you can see, crafting will turn out Latin, or Latine, or bronze. And it will just stack up. You can grab these pieces as they come out, and they stack 4 to a stack. So we'll go ahead and do this until the fire goes out, and just grab a bunch. Actually, here, I got 4. Let me finish this up. And that should be enough. That should be, okay, sorry, 1 more. All right. Now, we've made 8 pieces of bronze. Now we want to make an actual tool. Well, to do that, you need to have the sandcast mold. And this is where you create the heads of bronze with the new, to make the new bronze tool. So, have your sandcast mold. Your fire needs to be going in the stone furnace. And you will want to take a basic tool of some form, let's just say this stone hammer, and a piece of lateen, and place it on or next to, I can put it next to it, I don't have to put it on top of it like this, and then hit craft. And it will destroy your bronze hammer, but it will create the bronze hammer head, which you can then assemble into your new tool. So let's go ahead and do that with all of our basic tools so you can see the whole process. There's a lot of them. You see our fire went out. That's not a big deal. If I put this next to it, I can't do anything with it, right? Because it has to have the fire going. But that's not a big deal. I got 200 coal. I'm going to put a large clump of bronze down because it'll just continue to use the bronze. And then I'm going to place one at a time the tools down that I want to create. And again, you don't have to be on top of it. Just be close to it. So I'm going to light my fire. Wrong one again. And I'm going to go ahead and craft. And this will create an axe head. Boom. And let's put down a pick. It doesn't have to be on top, but you can just get it close. And this will create a pick head. Bing. Right, let's put a knife down. And this will create a knife blade. There you go. You can see the lateen is already being used up. Put a sword down. This will create a sword blade. And put a spear down. And the spear head is different than the knife in bronze. They are separate, so there actually has to be a spear. You cannot just use the raw rock. That won't create anything. I don't believe. I'll try it here in a second. Here's our hoe. There's our hoe head. Hoe head. And our shovel. And again, they just have to be nearby. They don't have to be on top of. So let's go ahead and look at this. We got a bronze shovel head. We got a, let's put all these in. Yeah, get that out the way so I stop using it. We have a sword blade. We have a hoe. We have a pick head. And we have a hammer. And this, and this, and this. And a spearhead. And a knife blade. And as you can see, in the Stone Age, this stone made both of these in the Stone Age, but that is no longer true in the Bronze Age. So you can't just take the same piece and use it for both. They are completely separate. And then finally our axe head. So there's all of our new bronze head pieces. All right. So in the exact same format that you would normally combine your rocks and sticks and vines, you will make your new tools. So instead, of course, we are going to use our hardened woods, which we know we make these at a campfire, and our leather lashings, which we know we get from goats. So let me go ahead and pick up a few more of these, so I have a bunch. And that and that. Right, and here we have this. So I don't believe I can actually do it on the floor. I think you actually are required. Let me see if any of these will work. Yeah, see, nothing will craft. So you are required to use a crude crafting table, workbench. I'll get it right one day. It doesn't really matter. So let's take a bunch of these, and I'm full. So let's put this in my hotbar. Go over here, and how you doing? And I want to actually move these out of the way, so because you can actually disassemble things on the table. So I'm going to put down a stack of these lashings because I know I'm going to use them, and I'm going to put down a stack of the handles because I know I'm going to use those, and I'm going to go through and make all the tools. So with one of the hardened wood handles and one of the leather strips and a knife blade, I craft that up. Again, no tool, just need the workbench itself. I make my bronze knife. Very nice. Let me go through here and make a sword. Nice big sword blade, leather, and a handle. Boom, got a sword. Put that away. Make a pick head, leather, handle. Makes a pick. So again, just like you would normally have the wooden handle and the vine, exactly the same process to make all of our other tools in bronze. And when you need to go to the longer tools, like we can do right now, you just use this. Again, still leather and a long tool shaft. Let's make a shovel. See, makes a shovel. So real simple. The recipes will follow an intuitive process. If you know how to do the Stone Age stuff, the Bronze Age is not that much more difficult. All right, so there we have it. We have a bunch of new. I could probably have what 2 more, but I just don't have parts for it yet. But we have all of our new tools. As you can see, they're all right here, all laid out: hammer, axe, pick, knife, sword, hoe, spear, and shovel. Very simple, very quick, very easy, and that's all there is to it. Again, this is Skaduush. This was a quick tutorial for the progression of tools from Stone Age to Bronze Age. I hope you guys learned something. I hope you guys enjoyed. And again, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Leave comments. If you have any other questions, any other processes you want me to outline and show you how they work, please feel free to leave a note, and I will try my best to get you a new video. All right? Y'all have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.